Hello everybody and welcome again to our TV program Throwback to Our History. Today we are going to talk about Leonard Euler, who was one of the most important mathematicians in the history. To help us, we have been able to talk with people who know a lot about mathematics and history. So now you only have to enjoy. Let's go! So now we are here with Mr. Guillermo Encabo, an expert in history, who's going to tell us a little bit about Euler's early life.
Thank you for inviting me, Antonio. Euler was born in Basel, Switzerland, on April 15th, 1777, but he lived in many places during his life, like Germany or Russia. He was born in a family of mathematicians, and because of this, he was very talented in math. Since he was a child, that probably, which made him a very important mathematician.
Now it's time for all the experts to talk us about Euler. We have Mr. Rodrigo Redondo, who's an expert in Euler's life, and again we are with Mr. Guillermo Encabo. So Rodrigo, would you start talking?
Yes, he started studying theology at the University of Basel.
Yeah, in Switzerland?
Yes, because his father wanted him to be a pastor as he was.
Okay.
But Johann Bernoulli persuaded Euler to start studying maths. And this decision really changed his life and maybe a lot of lives in mathematician and now really in these ages, because then he started to be the greatest mathematician that he was. For example, in 1723 he finished studying.
And then he started, no?
Yes.
Okay.
He was a very talented person, and important people like Catherine I or the King of Prussia, the Great Federico, requested his services as a teacher in very important institutions at the St. Petersburg Academy of Science or the Berlin Academy of Science.
Okay, thank you. So now we are here with Mr. Alberto Agudo, which is an expert in math. Welcome here, Alberto.
Thank you, Antonio. Hi. Euler was an expert in maths and physics, including geometry, algebra, trigonometry, or calculus.
Okay.
And he contributes in all of them in some way. I can say without doubts that he is the most prolific mathematics of the history of science.
And what does it mean?
Well, it means that he is one of the people who has written more scientific articles and books of the history about his knowledge.
Okay, well, now we are here with Mr. Pedro Cabezas, an expert in maths, which is going to explain us how has Euler contributed to the world of maths.
Euler created and discovered many innovations in mathematical notation that are so useful to us nowadays. Like, for example, the mathematical functions, the Greek letter epsilon to indicate summatory, or, for example, the letter I as an imaginary number.
Okay.
He didn't develop innovations just in math, but also in geometry, where because of him we had some theorems about polyhedrons. For example, the Euler line, that it's called that way because of him.
What's that Euler line?
The Euler line is a theorem that relates triangle parameters.
Okay. To finish the program, today we are with Mr. Rodrigo Redondo, who's going to talk us about how Euler died.
Yes, Antonio. Leonard Euler died in September 18 in 1783 in St. Petersburg, and he was buried in the smallest Lutheran cemetery. And in 1785 the Russian Academy of Science dedicated him a marble bust, and this marble bust was placed on the pedestal near the Academy director's seat, and nowadays it is placed on this stone.
So here it finishes our program about Leonard Euler. I hope you would have liked it and that you would have learned something about these famous mathematicians. See you next week.